In this video, we're going to be creating our own Soroban stablecoin. We're using Open Zeppelin contracts to create a SEP41 token, which accepts USDC deposits and then mints our own custom stablecoin token. I'm using a new online IDE for this. This is still in testing, but should be available shortly. If I go into the Open Zeppelin contract wizard, I can go across to Stellar, give my token a name. I'm going to call it JUSD, and then a ticker symbol of JUSD as well. No pre-mint, but I want to make it mintable and burnable. License MIT is fine. Let's go ahead and copy this across to the editor. So paste this in. If we scroll up, we can get rid of this line. We are importing the Open Zeppelin libraries and the Soroban SDK. This owner variable, I don't actually want this to be a permission contract where the owner has permission to mint. I want this to be completely permissionless. So I'm going to change this to USDC. And we can use this same storage symbol to store the contract address for USDC. Let's change all that here, USDC here, and we're going to change it to USDC. So we're setting instance storage for USDC to the token value, which we're passing in the constructor variable. We then have standard functions for the contract, allowance, transfer from, etc. Everything you expect to see in a standard fungible token. And then we've got the burnable and mintable functions. I'm just going to swap these over so it makes a little bit more logical sense. And let's start with mintable. So when someone mints it, we want their address and the amount they want to mint. Fair enough. I then want to set up a token client. So I want to do transfer from USDC. So for them to be able to mint one of this custom stablecoin, they need to deposit one USDC token. To do this, I'm going to go into my own repositories as I've worked with stablecoins before. I'm going to Soroban perps, and I'm going to use another token library here. I'm going to be using the SEP41 token from script 3, I believe. And I'll add this to our modules here. What that's going to allow me to do is I can copy and paste some code from, if I search transfer from, here we go. I can copy and paste this code in so that we can check the owner is who they say they are. That's not going to be the owner, that's going to be the address of the client. So this account. So anyone can call this, but they have to pass through their own address. I then want the USDC contract address here. So let USDC we're going to look up the USDC token. And then we want to pass this through to the token client. So what this is going to do is set up an interface so we can interact with that third party token. And the user will have to approve the spend. So they'll have to approve this contract to take the funds out of their wallet. And then this wallet is going to transfer the funds from the user, which is account, to the contract address for the value that they want to send. And then finally, once that's gone through, we call in fungible mint for the account, for the amount that they want to mint. And it's one-to-one, so whatever they send in USDC, they get back in the new custom JUSD token. Now, assuming there's not going to be much utility for this token, they might want to burn it and get their USDC back. So to do that, we're going to have this burn function. I'm not going to do burn from, I'm just going to have a single function for this. And I'm going to set the account to from. Standardize these a little bit, and I'm going to do a token transfer. This isn't going to be transfer from, it's going to be a single transfer because it's coming out of the contract address and it's going to the account. So we're going from the contract, the funds USDC held within this contract, it's kind of escrowed the USDC funds while they're being used in the JUSD. So it's like holding that as collateral, if you like, and they're being sent to the user's wallet. That all looks good. Let's see if this builds. Spotted a couple of issues here before it even has built. We've got env in these codes, but E in the other ones. Let's do a search for env, just make sure we've got them all. That looks fine. Let's just check if there's any other errors. We need to bring this USDC value. We need to get the contract address for USDC. So we can do that here. Okay, let's try that. Go ahead and rebuild this. Got a bug on line 68. Yes, we do. And that's where we got this JUSD wasm file that's just downloaded. Okay, let's go ahead and deploy that to the network. So we are going to generate a secret key. This will add testnet funds. Going to add a constructor argument, which is going to be an address. I need to go to Stellar Expert, switch it to testnet, and find the contract address for USDC, which is this Soroban contract one here. Let's copy that, paste it in here. Click Deploy WebAssembly, select JUSD. We submit the first transaction, that's going to upload the WebAssembly file to the network, and then the second transaction is actually going to deploy the contract. So we've got this contract deployed here. If we go in, we can click on Interface, and there is our custom USD-based stablecoin, which is built on top of USDC. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to learn more about Soroban development, then check the links in the description, and thank you for watching.